Hi, this is Billie Beene here with a world news flash update. Today's date, September 15, 2024, time about 11 a.m. in Texas. So we'll begin with Israel. Israel this morning was hit by the Houthis, who took out a power plant in Tel Aviv, located 6 miles from the Ben Gurion airport. What is noteworthy of this ballistic missile, a medium-range Iranian missile fired by the Houthis from Yemen into Israel, is that it was undetected for 1,800 kilometers or 1,120 miles inside Israel. So it traveled over 1,000 miles inside Israel from Yemen and was undetected by multiple air defense systems, including Israel's David Sling, and U.S. ships were in this area also. So that happened, and it traveled at a speed of 7,200 kilometers per hour or 4,474 miles per hour. So the Houthis fired an Iranian missile, a Quadra F medium-range ballistic missile that successfully took out a power plant near Ben Gurion Airport. Also yesterday, Hezbollah in Lebanon successfully took out an Israeli military base, Safed. It has been reduced to ashes, according to Hal Turner. So we see things heating up in the Middle East. And now we see things heating up on a global basis. I believe we are on the brink of World War III. In Germany, a bridge, according to the Independent, was taken out. That happened Wednesday, September 11, about 3 a.m. No one was on the bridge. This happened near Dresden. And near the Elbe River. So that was taken out. We see Germany turning about face philosophically from NATO and possibly from the U.S. SWIFT banking system. We see Germany turning toward Russia and BRICS economically. We see Germany now turning against NATO by just yesterday saying that Schengen, the system across Germany to allow NATO troops and equipment to move freely across Germany, has been suspended for 6 months. So that means the German government says no to NATO troops and equipment moving across Germany for the next 6 months. And now we have this. We saw about a month ago an incursion by NATO and Ukraine into Russia, trying to take the Kursk nuclear power plant. It's reported they went in with 20,000 troops. And it's reported now that 11,000 to 12,000 of them have been destroyed, the troops, by Russia. And we see Russia did not have to take troops off of the front line in Donbass to address Kursk. Russia moved additional troops from other parts of Russia to meet the NATO-Ukraine group in Kursk. So now, with the majority of the reserves of Ukraine tied up inside Russia near Kursk, Russian troops have been able to advance freely at will up to several kilometers, several miles per day, and are almost at the Dnipro River. And it's believed Russia will intensify strikes on Ukraine and take Kharkiv, Sumy, Odessa, and then move on Kiev. And now we have this coming out that supposedly the US, UK, NATO has okayed Ukraine to use US and UK missiles long range inside Russia. If they're coming out publicly and saying this decision was made some time ago. It's believed now that these missiles are ready to be launched, and they would have to be launched from NATO nations, operated by NATO militaries, the US, UK, and other nations. So in response, Russia has said that, well, Russia took this action. That was about on Friday. They have put all their tactical nukes on launchers. They have the Russian teams to launch the tactical nukes, practicing twice a day. This is in addition to the standing group of 6,000 Russian military who daily practice striking the U.S. with nukes. Now, we saw also on Friday a demonstration of force by Russia. Russia fired a missile from a Russian sub off of the U.S. west left coast over the Bremerton Naval Base located in Washington State. It's now coming out that Russia did this as a show of force, and that it's believed by military analysts that their target in this area in Washington State would be the Jim Creek U.S. military communications base. And if the Jim Creek communications base is taken out in Washington State, that means the U.S. military cannot communicate with U.S. subs which are submerged. If Jim Creek communication base is taken out, the U.S. could still communicate with U.S. subs from planes in the air, but the U.S. subs would have to submerge in order to receive that communication. So Russia is flexing its muscles and demonstrating a show of force. And now we have, I've reported before that several weeks ago, Russia removed the families of Russian diplomats at both the Russian embassies and consulates in both Washington, D.C. and New York, and have kept Russian planes on the tarmac in New York and Washington, D.C., ready to evac the senior remaining diplomats. The Russian consulates and embassies are now operating on a skeleton staff level. This is according to Hal Turner's information from yesterday. And we have this. Russian troops have been moving forward 3 kilometers or 2 miles per day. And we have Russia today, in response to this public announcement that the U.S., UK, NATO have approved Ukraine using long-range missiles inside Russia. Russia has responded and said that they would strike on both sides of the Atlantic. That would be most likely London and Washington, D.C. And it's widely believed that when Russia sees the US, UK, NATO setting up to use those long-range missiles inside Russia, that Russia will not respond, but they will launch a preemptive attack. So it's good to pray for America and for world peace. I love you, and I'll see you soon.